piggybacking on the Due Process Clause, the Fifth Amendment says we cannot be deprived of life, liberty, or property without due process. But the government can take our property. But while the federal government has the right to take private property for public use, the Just Compensation Clause of the Fifth Amendment basically requires the government to pay fair market value for the property. But who, in the end, gets to determine what fair value is for the person who has nowhere else to go, cannot afford to move, whose home has been in the family for generations? And who determines what public use is? The answer is not the citizen whom the Constitution is supposed to protect. No, the very entity seeking to take one's property, the government, ultimately decides public use and just compensation. Thus, the 2005 Kelo ruling was very controversial because the U.S. Supreme Court ruled that a city could seize private property for commercial development if that redevelopment would bring economic benefit to an economically blighted area. Where does that leave the people being pushed out? What do you think about eminent domain? How can otherwise powerless individuals protect themselves against it? And what would you consider just compensation?